So we graduated from medical school. I graduated from college. Our first jobs were in Seattle. And then he said, I think I'd like to go to Alaska. And I thought, oh, brother, does that sound great? So we got married and went to Alaska, and it was just, from there we moved, I think, 5 times in 5 years. But interestingly enough, whenever he said, I think we ought to go to here, or I think we ought to go there, we were just able to just pick up and go, and it was always just an adventure. And Mike, I think, has taken that throughout his lifetime as well. I actually started my volunteering in Omaha with the Omaha Children's Museum, which was just starting out at that time. And the other area that I did almost immediately when I first came to Omaha was the Nebraska Humane Society. And even when the children were then again maybe 4 and 5, going out there and volunteering 1 day a week, they all are animal people. So I think that exposed them to the less fortunate, and I think that opened up a soft spot in their heart forever. In thinking about how I developed leadership or community involvement with my children or in my family, I have to say that we probably did that by example.
You teach a lot by example, and so, like Sabrina and I both said, it's just was one of those things.
I feel that since she's lived here her whole life, she's almost a huge part of the community, and everybody knows her as if she was born and raised here.
Almost every holiday that I would come back from starting in college, we would be doing something, whether it's Meals on Wheels. It's just been something that we've just done from an early age.
And really starting in 1986, which makes our kids pretty young at the time. I would leave for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks at a time and work in different countries for 2 weeks. And that was really interesting, but everything's a skill, and learning how to work in a foreign country is a skill. It isn't that you just go there and work. You have to know where you fit in. It's sort of being invited to somebody's party. Really, that's gives our kids a whole different dimension of giving back to a community, whether the community's local or whether the community's international. There is some payback with everything you do in life.
It just makes you a little more mindful of the care that you give and just the impact that you make, but also the impact that they make to you.
Neither one of my parents really enjoy the spotlight, but I think it's good that they're being recognized for all that they do, because it's just something, like Sabrina said, that they've just always done.
I have to say the longevity of my volunteering. I think that's one of the things that I'm proudest about. I run into a lot of people who say, it's time to walk away, it's time to leave that behind. And something inside of me says, no, not for me. I have to keep going. I have to keep volunteering if there's a need, especially if someone asks me to do something that I know or I know well and I think a lot of.
It's also nice that they know that that sense of community and that sense of service has been instilled just by the power of example.